sa Silver Lion.
Daghan kaayong salamat for the full support of the WSOP North Mid Chapter!
It's like a dream come true to me. I never imagined my life standing here in front of you with all the wet fires. I am so happy and overwhelmed with all your support.
2022 is a great year to start for our union of all wedding suppliers in Northern Mindanao.
This is an industry na gusto natin. I believe iba-iba ang mga profession nyo. Pero mas pinili natin na ito ang trabaho natin at ito ang maging negosyo natin. Kasi mahal natin itong industriya na ito.
Thank you so much, and I want to encourage each and every one of you to please do your best. Work hard lang kita because we plan that we will have another like this next year. So we are going to observe all of you, makeup artists, coordinators, event stylists. Who knows, you will be the next awardees of Wedding Supply Association of the Philippines. Thank you so much.
A pleasant day, everyone. Welcome to this morning's episode of our talk show entitled Let's Talk About Weddings. Please allow me to begin by introducing myself. My name is Millicent Dayan Angeles, and I'll be your host for today's Alto episode. And of course, I'd like to greet everyone who visits our Facebook page and watches our YouTube channel. I hope you're all having a good time. Okay, just to see how our viewers are doing, leave a comment or a heart and a wow response in the box below. Alright, before we welcome our guest speaker, I'd like to express our gratitude to the following sponsors for their support of today's event: Med Results, Accounting Portal Philippines, Alabang Realty State Directory, Mobile Palengke, Philippine Travel Expo, Philippine Virtual Expo, Philippine Workshops, Online Pasalubong Center, and Philippine Hotels Directory. If you have any questions during the broadcast, please leave them in the comments section. There will be time set aside at the end of the event for questions and answers. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce today's guest speaker. Our guest speaker for this wonderful morning is someone behind the stunning, promising, and unique photographs. She is from Baguio City, the owner of the local folk studios where love is made edible. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Miss Julienne Martin. Let's give her a virtual warm round of applause.
Hello,
Hi, Miss
everyone. Thank you so much for having
Julienne.
me. Good
It's
morning,
a pleasure to meet
Millicent.
you po.
It's a pleasure to meet you too.
So before now let's start the question and answer going po. Is it okay with you?
Yep, sure.
So before we start, we would like to know how are you doing po?
Ngayon sa Baguio, medyo mainit and nag-start na lang actually yung panagbenga. So, very exciting these days kasi madaming activities and events here in Baguio City. So,
A
yeah.
question lang po, what is pinagbenga po?
Panagbenga is actually the flower festival in Baguio City. So, siya
Wow,
yung talagang binibisita ng mga tourist when in summer, ganun.
ganda naman po. So marami po tayong viewers from different places. So gusto po namin kayo makilala pa ng mas mabuti. So pwede po bang quick introduction and kung ano po yung ginagawa niyo?
All right. So, I'm Julian Martin. I am the lead photographer of the local folk studio, and I am 20 years old. Tsaka, yeah, that's it.
OMG, mag-age lang po tayo. 22
Totoo
years old
ba?
lang din po ako. So, seeing your post on social medias po, yung Facebook page din ng local folk studio. So, gano'n na po katagal yun and kailan po siya nag-start?
Mm. So, si Local Folk Studio actually, it started off as a community here in Baguio City for young creatives. So, before it was the Local Folk Studio, it was the Local Folk Community. So, we use that community to gather and talk about, challenges and things that we need to share as freelancers and creatives in Baguio City. Until about 2020, yeah, 2020, we decided to start a physical space where we could gather as well and to do, the things we do as creatives. And then we named it the Local Folk Studio. So now we cater to weddings, and on the side as well, we do commercial and we do, other video works and photo works as well.
Wow. So, your photographs were amusing po. Nag-scroll-scroll
Yeah.
ako, ang ganda po.
Thank
So,
you.
parang, parang natatouch ako, parang in love sila lagi, gano'n. Parang walang away, parang gano'n. Tapos, do you do it your own po? Like, wala po ba kayong katulong or may tumutulong po sa inyo?
Meron naman, pero entirely the ideas siguro, the mood of the photos, yung look na gusto ko. So basically, nag-outsource ako ng freelancers around Baguio City then. And then, I just tell them what I want in the photos. So, and then, bale, dinedirect ko din sila on how I want them to look and how I want the photos to look as well. Pero right now, I am the lead photographer.
Roughly, 'pag may mga photoshoot po kayo, ilang hours po tini-take?
Pag photoshoot, let's say pag prenup, it takes about siguro at most 6 hours. Then syempre pag wedding na, it's the entire day.
Hmm. So, how's your business when it comes to weddings po? Okay naman ba yung
Mm,
money?
yeah. Baguio siguro, it's a very chill place to do weddings as well. Kaya din madaming nagpapakasal dito. Pero um, the fact na it's such very patok siya as a destination wedding place. So medyo aggressive din actually ang industry in wedding here in Baguio. So it's a good environment din to grow as a photographer. And yeah.
So, among all those pictures po, what is the most memorable you've ever made? And anong picture po kayo nahirapan gawin? And paano niyo po siya na-manage na i-pull off?
Mm. Siguro, the thing about our weddings siguro last year, ang funny lang kasi last year, sa lahat ng weddings namin, umuulan. Yun. So actually, umuulan lahat and then syempre, kailangan namin mag-ingat sa mga gears namin kasi pag maulanan yan, may possibility na masira siya. And then, siguro, the most challenging part of taking photos in the rain is that I want to capture the rain as well. So gusto kong makuha yung pagpatak ng ulan habang
Mga
nandun yung
dramatic.
couple, yeah, yung subject. So it's challenging in a way na you have to risk your gear as well, tsaka yung sarili mo kasi pwede kang magkasakit. So I actually have photos from last year na it was raining. So yeah.
So, to be good at taking pictures po, does it require training? If yes po, what are some of the trainings that you have attended?
Actually ako, I've never attended formal training, formal workshops for photography. It started off actually na hobby lang siya and then parang biglang, oh, I want to do this in the long run. And then siguro the best training you could get is to learn from other photographers, is to freelance. So, ang ginawa ko, nag-freelance ako sa maraming photographers, sa maraming teams. And then, I found out how they work. I found out their workflow. Tsaka, inisip ko din kung paano ko yun mai-incorporate sa aking sariling workflow. And then, siguro with the look, the mood that you want for your photos, siguro nasa iyo na yan. Nasa iyo na kung, do you want it ba? Do you want it to be fun? Do you want it to be timeless? Parang ganun. So, siguro the training that I think every photographer needs is through experience talaga.
Experience.
Yeah.
So, can you offer us some information and pointers on the abilities that a professional photographer have po?
Mm, siguro based on my own workflow, what I have to remind myself all the time is first, I have to be friendly. That's one thing that I really need to do. I mean, friendly naman talaga ako. So, I have to be friendly to the couple, and I think everyone should do that too. You have to be friendly to the couple and then to all the suppliers kasi that's already a good part of communication. So, if you guys are, walang problema, then mas maka-communicate kayo with the couple and all the suppliers as well. And then, siguro, another point to be a professional, siguro, photographer is to really know your gear as well. I mean, it's still a learning process for me. Nag-start ako learning the technicalities of camera, ganon. So, hindi naman sa expert na ako, pero at least I know na I know na yung mga buttons, I know na yung mga settings, and I think that's a very crucial part of being a photographer is you have to really learn what you have. Tsaka don't depend din on your gear na feeling mo kailangan mo ng mas high-end na gear. You work with what you have first. Kasi that's when pag na-master mo na yun, okay, you can move on to another one. Diba?
Yeah.
And then siguro third point is that siguro know what you want Yeah. So for me, I know the kind of photos I want. I know the poses that I want to do at a wedding. And siguro, know what you want it to look like after siya na-edit. And then siguro lastly, last point ko is to just have fun. Be yourself as a photographer. Talaga. Just, kasi pag mahirap din magpanggap while you're working, it's like, I have to be this, I have to be this. Pero at the end of the day, it's much more comfortable to work as yourself. Yeah.
Para mas maging creative kayo sa pag-iisip ng mga
Mm-mm.
themes. Bale po
Yes.
sa pagpo-photoshoot niyo po, tinatanong niyo po ba ang clients, parang mag-suggest sila kung ano muna yung gusto nilang theme, ano yung gusto nilang dating, or talagang kayo po ang nag-iisip?
Um, yung ganong process, usually I do that on prenups. So I first ask my clients, so ano ba yung activity na usually ginagawa nyo as a couple? Ganun. And then, ano yung gusto nyong concept? And then, pag magbabato na sila ng mga concept, I always ask them, will you be comfortable doing it? Na kailangan nilang suotin, I always have to ask them, will you be comfortable wearing these? Kasi may mga clients minsan na they want to wear a gown on a hike. Na you actually will be comfortable doing. Yun. I'm sorry nawala ata.
Okay lang po.
Ayan.
So, very
And
curious lang
then,
po.
ayan.
Sorry. Sige po, ano po yun?
Ay, sige, sige. Go.
Bale, very curious lang dahil magka-age po tayo and then, parang ang dami niyo na pong na-achieve and all. Ilang taon po kayo nag-start na maging photographer?
Um, Professionally, I had my first photography job. Actually, yung first photography job ko was a wedding. So I was just doing it as a freelance. So wala talaga akong alam nun. And then, so that was about 5 years ago when I started. Yeah, 2017, it was my first wedding uh, shoot. Then, siguro, starting photography as a hobby about 2015. So, sa 7 years ago. Before, I just posted on Instagram, ganon, using my phone until, I wanted to elevate siguro and then buy a camera. And then, dun siya nag-start.
Related po ba yung natapos yung course sa photography or hindi po? Malayo.
Actually, hindi ako nag-college. Yeah, so after senior high school, I realized na I could actually do photography already. Tsaka, di ko na kailangang palampasin pa yung time. Tsaka
May
sabi ko,
opportunity.
I mean, yeah, nandito na yung opportunity. Might as well just grab it. So right now, after senior high school, I've been a full-time photographer.
Wow, ang galing. So, going back po do sa pictures you are creating, is there something set aside from that you are doing pa po?
Mm. Aside from photography, I actually do videos as well. Yeah. So before I started with the local folk studio, I actually I started with local folk studio as a videographer. And then I decided parang ang ganda pala mag-photo ulit. Ganun. And then parang mas na-figure out ko siya, mas naging clear sa akin yung gusto kong gawin. Tsaka, to be honest, with photography, mas madali siyang i-market for me. So, yeah.
At saka parang mas ramdam niyo po 'pag
Mm.
ano, pictures, yung
Tsaka parang mas
emotions.
nakaka-amaze yung fact na, it's a photo, pero parang hindi siya
Napagbigyan ng
gumagalaw.
buhay.
Yeah, pero nabibigyan ng buhay.
Mm. So, since trends are fast-paced and continuously changing, how do you keep with industry trends and news po?
I'm
Yes,
sorry, sorry.
po. Since trends
Come again?
are fast-paced and continuously changing, how do you keep with the industry's trends and news po? Bali mga updates sa photoshoot,
Hmm,
pag-take ng pictures, ganun po.
yun. Since siguro yung advantage ko din as a photographer is that bata pa ako. So, madali lang talaga ako mag-adapt sa trends, gano'n. And then, yun. Tsaka, with with the updates on style, gano'n, I would adapt to it talaga. I will adapt to it kasi nga, you have to change you have to change with the time as well. Pero at the same time, I want to keep um, siguro most parts of the elements in my photos, my photography. And then siguro i-incorporate ko lang yung mga updates, yung mga trends. Pero not changing my style entirely.
Bali ano po ba ang tatak ni Miss Julian na style?
Yun pa, actually, yan, medyo mahirap yan na question. Pero siguro yung goal ko as a photographer and for the local folk studio as well is to have siguro timeless and at the same time moving photos, captivating photos na um, it just creates this kind of different colors from the wedding itself. It makes it more, di ko alam. Pero makes it parang ma-magnify pa niya yung feeling sa photos. Something like that. I don't know, pero parang ganun na nga.
Parang ano, parang ang saya, parang ramdam mo yung emotions
Mm,
nila dun sa picture, ganun po.
yes.
So, have you ever had to deal with a thoroughly difficult client po? And how challenging were them in some aspects? And how did you address the situation?
Hmm. Fortunately, parang wala pa naman. Siguro, other times lang talaga meron yung mga demanding clients. But then again, isipin mo na lang, it's your job as well to cater to what they want. And then what you want comes second. So I always have to put what they want first and then come second. And then siguro yung usually na nagkakaroon ng parang pressure is with delivery time. So pag nagde-deliver ng photos or videos, parang syempre yung clients mo, they want to see it as soon as possible. So what I do is I just give them teasers para syempre hindi sila mabitin din. Like at least may photos na sila agad. But then I won't give them the entire thing. Just teasers para din makita nila kung ano yung look ng wedding nila. Noon. So siguro yun lang naman yung naging siguro not really problems, more like challenges with clients is um the time delivery. Ganun lang naman. Pero na-address naman siya agad. We tell them, i-edit pa po, and then we'll update you once they're ready, ganun. And then, yun, ganun lang siya. You just have to communicate din with the client.
After achieving a lot po, do you want to do more aside from making beautiful and meaningful pictures? And what's the reason you strive more?
Mm. Siguro for now, definitely in 5 years, I still want to see the local folk studio growing. Yeah. Gusto ko pa din siyang i-improve through time. And then, siguro the reason that makes me strive for the team is that, ewan ko din. Siguro, I just want parang hindi mo din ma-explain eh pag it's a part of your passion na parang you just wanna do it. And then when you see this development, and when you see an improvement in your photos, it's like, kaya pa yan, kaya pang i-improve yan, meron pang ikagaganda. Parang ganun. Kung maganda na yan, meron pa. Parang ganun.
So, what are your motivations and thoughts for entering this industry?
Mm, at first, siguro, well, si weddings kasi, well, I started, yun yung first job ko, di ba? So wedding photography. But then, hindi ko in-expect yung path ko na doon pupunta. Kasi nga, I was leaning more into videography. So, I actually wanted to work more on commercial stuff, music videos, more on the creative side of videography and filmmaking, parang ganun. But then, about, you know, uh, yeah, 2 years ago, 2020, it was pandemic. Then kasi so surprising kasi ang dami pa din kinakasal kahit pandemic. And then parang talagang na-draw ako sa art of wedding photography tsaka wedding itself. Parang yun nga, sabi ni Jaja Samaniego, parang wedding photography is like a mix of journalism and portraiture. So, parang nakaka-amaze din to think about, oo nga 'no, parang you're capturing these moments, pero at the same time, you wanna make it.
Wow, ang ganda naman po. So, do you consider it as your passion?
Yes, definitely passion ko talaga siya. Say it's been already 2 years and I still want to do it siguro for another 5 years, and then after that we'll see. Yeah, pero feeling ko magtatagal ako kasi it's really something that I
You
want to do.
enjoy po?
Tsaka I want to improve it. Yeah. Tsaka something that I want to share as well to my team, to other aspiring photographers na um, maganda sa wedding industry as a photographer as well. And there's so much to it na underestimate din. So yeah.
So as you can see, Miss Julian, as a result of the pandemic, mass gathering is outlawed. So various businesses, including yours, po, are struggling. So my question is, how do you see this pandemic as an opportunity to grow your career and business?
Mm. Uh, how do I see it? Kasi in the pandemic, hindi din kami, I mean, yung rates namin, it was just the same. And I think even so, kahit na pandemic or not, I think I want to encourage all the businesses to keep your rates. Kasi if the reason of your clients to say is, pandemic, wala ba kayong pandemic rate kasi natamaan kami ng pandemic, so siguro may pandemic rate kayo. All you have to tell them is, natamaan din po kami ng pandemic. So, definitely, keep your rates, keep everything you're doing. And then, parang just think of the pandemic as a challenge na you have to grow around. And you have to grow with it. So, yun.
So before we end our conversation, Miss Julian, throughout the process of a successful life, may mga taong naging rason kung bakit tayo nandito ngayon. So Miss Julian, who are the people you want to thank for where you are now?
Mm. Oh, people I want to thank. Hala, wait lang. Siguro, I want to thank all of the photographers here in Baguio City who have remained incredibly friendly to everyone. Tsaka, um, hindi sila nag-hesitate to share their experiences as well, to share what they want to share. Tsaka siguro to all the coordinators din in Baguio. I mean, actually, all the wedding suppliers in Baguio. I want to thank everyone kasi fortunately, everyone's very nice here. Everyone's very chill. Tsaka siguro to our first couple to our first couple who believed in our team kahit na wala kaming mapakitang portfolio. And talagang sabi nila, let's do it. And then it all worked out great in the end. So I want to thank our first couple ever. And siguro, oh, I want to thank the viewers as well for staying with us. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so that concludes our question and answer session. Now that you have the stage, would you like to promote your business?
All right. So I encourage everyone to visit our page, The Local Folk Studio. We are based here in Baguio City. And if you have questions or inquiries, just message us. Don't hesitate to message us. We're very nice people, we're very chill people. And we can talk about it with a cup of coffee or whatever you want.
So thank you, Miss Julian, for sharing some of your valuable time with us this morning and providing us with wonderful stories, tips, and inspiring insights. I hope lahat ng nanonood ay may napulot na aral. But we're not finished yet. Let's just take a commercial break for a moment. Hello there. I hope our audience were able to take notes and, more importantly, learn from today's speaker. Thank you so much for being our special guest speaker for this morning, Miss Julian. As a gesture of our gratitude for your participation, you will receive an e-certificate. This e-certificate is proudly presented to Miss Julian Martin for imparting valuable knowledge during the Let's Talk About Weddings as a guest speaker on March 21, 2022. Once again, Miss Julian, thank you so much for your time, and I hope you also enjoyed our talk show this morning. Again, we would like to thank the following sponsors for this WSAP update: Med Results, Accounting Portal Philippines, Alabang Realty State Directory, Mobile Palenque, Philippine Travel Expo, Philippine Virtual Expo, Philippine Workshops, Online Pasalubong Center, and Philippine Hotels Directory. Thank you for supporting our event. Before we end this morning's event, please watch out for another episode of Let's Talk About Weddings in Ilocos Norte. We would also like to promote the Wedding Suppliers Association of the Philippines Incorporated membership. Be a proud member. If you're still not a member, what are you waiting for? Visit our main Facebook page and direct message us for more inquiries. Thank you for attending today's Alto episode and especially to our guest speaker, Miss Julian Martin. Once again, I am Millicent Dayan Angeles, now signing off. On behalf of WSAP, thank you for your time and consideration. Stay safe and have a wonderful day, everyone.
stay here forever.